This is the space where I create every day, every beat, every tutorial, every collaboration. It all starts here. Today I'm giving you a look at the heart of my studio, my desk setup. This is where I spend countless time producing music, mixing records, and creating content. In this video I will be focusing on the gear I use every day, and that's right here on my desk. If you would like to see the rest of the studio, I can make a tour covering acoustic treatment, outboard gear, and everything behind the scenes. Let's start with the desk itself. It's a seat-standing desk. The desk frame is from Vivo and the desktop from IKEA. I've always wanted to have a natural wooden desktop instead of a matte black one. That's why I chose this desktop, and I love how good it looks on camera. Also, it's a 70 inches long desk. I fit everything I have on it easily. The desk frame is good. I've been using this desk for over 3 years and never given me any issues. That's one of the biggest advantage of having a sit stand desk. Whenever I feel like sitting too long, I simply press preset number 2. The desk automatically rises to my favorite standing height. It makes it easy to switch between sitting and standing throughout the day. This helps me stay comfortable and productive during long editing or music production sessions. Now let's jump to the screen monitor. I spent hours looking at this display every week, so having enough space is essential. It's a 27 inches 2K Dell monitor. This monitor gives me all the basics I need to complete my daily tasks. It has built-in speakers, USB Type-C connectivity that provide up to 65 watts charging. With a single USB-C cable, you just connect it to your MacBook and then you are good to go. Overall, it's a good screen monitor. Maybe later I will upgrade for a 27 inches 4K monitor, but for now, it's good. Get the job done. I recently added a second monitor to my setup. This is the thing that I didn't know I need until I get it. I will never create a setup without a second monitor. This one is from UPerfect. It's the GR19BO. It's a 19 inches 4K UHD gaming monitor QLED with 144 Hz refresh rate. It's a portable, lightweight 4K monitor. The color is vibrant, has built-in speakers. I have it now sit on my desk, but I'm ordering a dual monitor arm so I can have it mounted vertically right by my main screen monitor. And one thing that is very cool with it, you just use a USB-C that supports 4K and then connect it to your MacBook with one cable and then you're good. It comes with a charger, USB-C, HDMI cable, but myself I just connected directly to my MacBook using a single USB-C. By the way, the link to the products I mentioned in this video are gonna be linked in the description box. Please check them out. On my main monitor, I have the BenQ Screen Bar Halo 2 monitor light. This one is a lifesaver. Once I get it and also using blue light glasses, the headache disappeared, just vanish. This monitor light reduces eye fatigue, also has a minimalistic design. The wireless controller keeps my setup clean with no cable. That's nice to have. For the computer, I'm using the MacBook M1 Pro. I'm not going to say a lot about this. Everyone knows Apple make good computer for music production and video editing. It's an incredible laptop. I bought it since 2021, still work great. I pair it with the Magic Mouse and keyboard. I chose the black color because this normally fit my style. Now let's jump to the gear I use to create music. For music creation, I have the FL Key 49 Gen 2. It's a keyboard controller by Novation made specially for FL Studio user. It's a good addition to my setup, improve my workflow. I love how you can control FL Studio with it. I can make a dedicated video on the keyboard controller because there is a lot you can do with it. From creating code using the code map feature, adjusting gain, to doing mix balance, this keyboard controller is a must-have for FL Studio users. Y'all know I use FL Studio to create my music and Logic Pro from time to time for mixing and mastering. The signals flow of my studio is pretty simple. Everything comes from FL Studio, goes to my SSL 2 Plus and then my studio monitors. The SSL 2 Plus audio interface has 2 console grade preamps. Those preamps are very good. 2 monitor output and 2 headphones output. The 4K features, it's the ice on the cake. I love the sound quality I get from this sound card. It's one of the best budget audio interface on the market. I have the discrete 8 Pro audio interface. I mainly use it when I am processing audio with my outboard gear that I have right there. So this one is an extension of my desk, but we are not gonna talk to this in this video, so I'm going to do a video specially for this right there. You know, as a producer, having good listening system is key. If your listening system is trash, I mean, how you're gonna be able to listen to problems? But one thing that people always say is that once you use to the system that you have, you will be able to mix on it. But it's always good to have good quality or decent studio monitor. I have the Yamaha HS7. They are decent. I have done a lot of good work with them. But I think if I would have to buy a budget studio monitor in 2026, it would be something from Kali Audio. I've heard a lot of good thing about the product. Talking about Kali Audio, they recently said over the HP1 reference headphone. I use them as reference when I'm mixing and mastering alongside my Sennheiser HD600. That means when I'm mixing and mastering, I use this mainly for my mixing and also my Yamaha monitor, but I switch time to time from the studio monitor, this headphone, the Sennheiser, and then the Kali. Combining those two, I know I will always have good sounding mix, and it's nice to have them. You know, in a studio will always have microphone. I have two microphones. I have this one, which is the Shure SM7B that I use every day. This one is an OG mic for podcast. This mic is everywhere, and I don't have to say a lot about it. Y'all know how good this mic is. I have it on a Mac arm from InnoGear. It has a low profile and keep my mic always ready to go. It's great to have this instead of having a mic stand right by me. For video recording, I'm using the Sony 6700 and a Sigma 25mm lens. This combo works great for me. You can see the image quality. I have it attached to my monitor arm with a crab shaped clamp and magic arm from Small Rig. I just keep it there, so whenever I want it, I open it, hit record, and I'm ready to record. When I first started making video, I used to record with my phone. Guys, you don't need to wait till you have a big setup like this, not even big, a setup like this, to start creating content. You can just go grab your phone today and then start recording. Nowadays, being a music producer or a beat maker is not only about go to the studio, make beats, send beat for person, and then you are good to go. Now you have to create content, be present on the social media. We always need our phone to be charged. To help me with that, I have the Magic Cube by Anker. This is a MagSafe charger, and then it is a 3-in-1 charger. You can charge your phone, your Apple Watch if you have one, and also your AirPod. I lost my AirPod, by the way. That's crazy. Yeah, this is something that's nice to have right there. I mean, I just come in, just snap my phone, and then I'm not even care about it. Only if I have some important notification, someone calling me, and you know, it's just there charging. And to wrap up everything, I think it would be responsible if I don't talk about storage. I have the 2TB SSD from SanDisk, work pretty great. I have all my library on it. I have library from Contact. I think I have Omnisphere, Nexus, everything library related or on this drive, and work pretty well. I think I have this since 2021, something like that. I keep this drive running my library and everything, and I have an HDD drive. When I'm done with the project, I just transfer them from this drive to the HDD drive that I have right there. That means I always have space on this drive. That's it. That's the top of my desk. If you have questions, don't hesitate, ask them down below. Also, I am going to build a new desk for this studio, a new studio desk where I have rack mount right there, my rack mount right there, and it's gonna be a seat standing there. I'm going to use the desk frame that I have and build a studio graded desktop so I can have everything right there instead of having my outboard gear right here. Guys, I know I told you I wanna talk about only what I have on my desk, but this is an extension of my desk, and I wanna give a big shout out to Arturia for sending my first analog gear. It's the Mini Freak. I start using this and it's blowing my mind. It's a very crazy set. I start to find some preset tweaks that make them sound crazy. I think I will make a dedicated video on this one, and also let me know in the comment section if you want me to do a video where I show you the signal flow for my outboard gear, and also talk about the analog sync. So let me know in the comment section. This one is a pretty good synth. I'm gonna make sure to link it in the description box too, so you can check it out. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.